Oh gosh. Oh man. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Man. Oh man. YouTube, you're still here. I'll see you later, buddy. If not, I'll see you when you come back. What's up, Rain? And dude, without fail, you're always here doing a recollection joke, and it really means a lot to me. So I just wanted to say, well, you're starting out that I really appreciate it, dude. Um, oh gosh, I've been working a lot in the writing. It's been tricky, but I kind of just want to write the entire thing laid out in stone, close to, or a new draft, I should say, um, before I start sending it to people for feedback, or a second, third, or fourth way of feedback. Who's this? Jack of Cad? Hello. I'm also known as apparently Lizard Simp, some Metroid guy, Birdman. What other nicknames? Simple Man. I don't know. Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! Me too. Been playing Pokemon Go, but I've been playing it from my home. I think the issue I have with Pokemon Go at the moment is like I loaded up my file and my box is too full to be able to accept or send gifts. I don't have gifts left because I spent them all when I played before I quit, and I can't store Pokemon, so I gotta go and sort through all these different Pokemon that I have, and I can't get rid of like shinies that I have one that are just like 0-star ratings, and I already like I have a shiny Nidoran male and a shiny Nidoking. The shiny Nidoking is like the 3 stars, all right, whatever, but then the other one I can't get rid of it. How about just friend? Aw. I mean, you guys are my friends. I don't really do mean that. And stuff, so like by the place that I'm moving into, there's like much closer to the Pokemon Go stops. So I probably would be more encouraged to at least go there, sit down, or walk around the park real quick for like 2 minutes, spin the Pokemon Go stop, capture a few things, so I can at least send the gifts to you and Americ um and whatever. Range bound. How's everybody doing? I'm just giving people a chance to join. Um, while uh I set up the game and stuff like that. I always like to start the stream with just some chitty chats, which is a bird. There's a bird called chat. So making some space here. Heads up, you're playing on Fusion controls, right? Correct. I am playing it on Fusion controls. And I picked Fusion controls just because like which means you're constantly running. Yeah, I guess the SAX. My thing with the fusion controls, I guess, is that like I do appreciate the fact that there is such a thing as fusion controls, but like if I'm supposed to sneak around the SAX, and I can't like in fusion mode it's like I'm constantly sprint in fusion controls it's just full on sprint the entire time versus like Super Metro where you have to like toggle it by holding down a button. Then I kind of just wish that for the future controls build that they took that into consideration. But like I think it's still something they could add on a future patch or something. Like most of these times they just uh, keep the slow down button ready for the stream. Slow down. So in fusion controls, I have a button that does the opposite of Super Metroid. I didn't even know that. Like, does it make Samus? I believe. Oh, cool. Believe is X or Y. Well, I would have to see, because I'm using an Xbox controller. So I have like the shoot button, the jump button, and the grapple button, and then I guess I have to press the fourth button that I've never really thought about for a toggle. That's just kind of awkward. Like, I think that the way they could circumvent this easy at the moment is just like if Adam tells you about it or something along those lines. Because I guess it, like, the more I think about it, between playthroughs and the things that I'm enjoying and the things I'm not enjoying as a retake of Fusion, it's just that Adam and the rest of the story feel kind of like, why have them here? If I'm not talking with them a lot, like I was expecting maybe to get some more lore, giving how much Samus and Adam talk in the beginning of the game, but like it's that really isn't that much of an issue. Like I said, I'm just thinking of things out loud. I don't want to seem like I think it's a bad game or the likes. Opposite. I think it's really bloody fantastic, man. Remember, almost all ASAX encounters can be avoided. Sometimes you don't need to meet the SAX at all. Just warning for what's to come. Oh, sweet. Oh, I mean, that's cool. But gosh, I think that like, if it's obvious enough that I could maybe spot it and I didn't see it, then fine. But like, I like say yesterday when we did the break the spikes thing, it wasn't so much the, I died because I fell in the vacuum of space or that I got hit by all those spikes in the Kaiser room and whatever. It was mostly the fact that like to get there I had to like jump in the lava and then hug a wall that had no discernible, there's a tunnel here. And then and do that again in the next room. So like maybe if they like made a special sprite or they put a different sprite there that like environmental messaging, kind of like how the original Metro games do it. I'm not gonna lie, it'll be super hard shit. Fuck. Oh boy. The ending is the most controversial thing of the game. Ooh. Oh. I don't I don't know how I like I don't know how I like the sound of that. Oh wait. I've returned. That's in praying my depths. Having some sound issues, so I'm just making sure. All right, that you guys can hear. Sure, I'll just put this. I'll put Shin Megami Tensei. Gosh. Well, I just set this other stuff up. Brian, I was just saying that like I really appreciate all the recollection memes and support. Was that SMT4 music? Yeah, it's SMT4 is my favorite one. I'll end it thus. 4 and 4 Apocalypse are my favorite Shin Megami games after Strange Journey. You're welcome, recollection. I'll just load up this real quick. This is what I've been my case study, or well, not case study, but I've been working on the new episodes, or like the new draft of them. I'm currently working on this lady over here. Do not. So yeah, I've been writing more, going back into the things that I wrote in the old scripts and see how I can update them to fit anything new that I might have in mind. But there she is. Just in case Midnight is. Just in case Midnight shows up. Here's where's happening, the X Fusion stream. It's happening soon. I'm just giving some people a chance to show up while I fix something over here on my computer's setup. I think one of my cables is starting to show its wear and tear. So might have to just look for a replacement one of these days. An introduction episode? Well, like I have when we started the Kickstarter, I had at least like the first season sort of planned out, or at least like the main episodes and the main story beats. And so like now and since then I've just gone back to the things I wrote and like double checked them, updated them, removed things that I think are unnecessary or they no longer feel necessary to the overall plot and stuff. So I'm at the point where I'm writing more about Red again and stuff. So I've just been using the time out of streams to write this instead of writing for the fucking YouTube channel or anything that's related to the videos. I've just been writing more and more about it. Well, anyways, here's the Lizard. There's Lizard. Alright. Okay, my controller is working again. Sweet. Now I can load up the game. I'll try my best not to get overly frustrated if I curse and stuff like that when I'm playing the game. I'm not really, like, super tilted. It's just my way of coping with my skill issues. I love this ROM hack, but I think that at times it goes a little bit too far in a few places, if that makes any sense. But it's nothing that I think that they could not just like enhance with a later patch, and that it completely like ruins the experience or the ideas that it has. It's just that like, oh gosh, sometimes is gonna be a little bit difficult. I chose normal mode because when I started the game, I saw normal, and my thought process was simple. I didn't want to see anything about the game until I had the chance to play it for myself on stream, so that way we could have as much of a blind experience as possible. So when I started the game, I saw normal and easy and hard. So like my brain thought, all right, it's a Metroid X Fusion. It's like a Metroid Fusion mod. Metroid Fusion and Zero Mission have that. Metroid Fusion and Zero Mission have that, like, all right, it's easy, normal, hard, with easy being kind of like baby mode, normal being kind of like the intended way to play. Fusion's US version defaults to normal. In Japan, it does have the different difficulty sections, so difficulty spike. So I had assumed that it would be somewhere similar to that type of an experience, and then like it hits me with a whole it's Kaisen stuff like that. I didn't censor my joke that time. Red pepper eye laser. What was the joke? There's a major difference in easy mode in the last sector. Yeah, if you guys mentioned that there's like considerable differences with the easy mode and stuff. If easy mode is like what it's intended for, like the general audience to be playing, then I would have just like changed the names, because the difficulty it defaults to is normal. And so like, again, me as a Metroid player not knowing, and I just found this ROM hack on like social media or whatever, thought that like, oh, okay, normal mode is like Fusion's normal mode, right? Boy, was I wrong. But I made it this far. I made it this far not to just try and see it to the end. 1.0 and 1.1 don't have it. Well, I'm in 1.2. So I guess we'll have it. I was saying red spice, but then cut it off to red pepper, not to not steal the spice name from Dune. The melange? I finished Dune, by the way. Not as in, like, the book, the series. I read all of them. Dunes 1 through 6. I finished Chapter House a few days ago, and I just gotta say that it's a shame that Frank Herbert's passing and we never got book 8. Alright, let me see. Even the old TV show? I read the old TV show. Children of Dune is book 3. If they were going to make like the next movie that's coming out is based on Dune Messiah, which is technically book 4 of the original book, or part 4 of the original book, and then after that is Children of Dune, which is the show, which was adapted into a show back in the day. So like, I didn't see the TV show, I read it. He is the Messiah. Is he though? Have you seen the Golden Path? The Honored Matrix? Or however you pronounce their names? I can't wait to see a face dancer on screen. That's gonna be creepy as fuck. Metroid Fusion, For those who don't know about Dune, the Bene Gesserit, which are the ladies we saw in the original movie with like Lady Jessica and stuff. There is an other organization that mirrors them, known as the Bene Tleilaxu, and they're all guys instead of women. And they have these things called the axolotl tanks, which they can use to create golas, which are essentially clones, and it's very body horror, cosmic horror shit. But then they also have these creatures, or these non-human humans they called phase dancers. They are able to assimilate the memories and DNA in the face of another and body of another person, much like the X-parasites do. So I guess to put it into Metroid terms, it's like, what if these bioengineered sentient creatures are able to just like, I am you now, and you're dead. By the way, heart mode is significantly different to normal mode. Different story. Oh gosh. That's both cool and lame. Cool, because I do like it when a game has a little bit of a story difference and stuff like that to encourage a second playthrough. Lame is just because if I'm already having a hard time in normal mode, the heart mode seems like much more of a nightmare for me. So, because I'm playing on Fusion on Game Boy controllers, this would be the slowdown button, right, Akiware? Is this how I pronounce your name, by the way? I'm just reading it as I were reading Spanish. I was making a movie reference. I'm sorry. So, was your day, or how has your day or week been? It's been okay. I've been hard at packing bags, doing some more recollection writing. I recorded the videos I said I was going to record for the future of the channel. I also recorded and went back to editing F-Zero. Yeah, you can pronounce it, whatever. Oh, I'm just making sure. But yeah, the fourth button is the slowdown button. Sweet. It's been good so far. There might be a chance that like in the coming 2 weeks, I might have to change the stream schedule for a little bit. I'll probably make an announcement on the YouTube channel and on like Discord and stuff like that. But there might be a chance that either this coming week or in the week above it, I might not be able to stream at the regular intervals that we have so far. But I'll see if I could squeeze it at any other point. Okay, yeah, it does work. Sweet. Couldn't join Jet last stream because I was focusing on work on getting my driver's license. Ah, sweet. I hope everything went well. Execution will also will get DLC at some point. That's pretty cool. Like, I gotta be honest, this is probably one of my favorite like ROM hacks, mods or whatever that I played regarding the franchise. I just wish that they went and tinkered just a little bit with it so that there's a little bit of that smoother experience and all that stuff. I'm not saying like I'll botch the difficulty and all that other stuff. I understand the appeal of it, but I guess it's just me thinking of this as like, you know, what if I was trying to put this out as some main product? The thing I wanted to ask Akiwar, since you know a lot about this game, is it worth going out of my way to do like 100% run, or like finding the X secrets and stuff like that before we finish the game? You're always free to pass some feedback to Meta. I mean, I'd be happy to, and I don't want my feedback to seem like I'm trying to be, difficulties ending to tie to items. I meant like the little Edakun X's as well, that I've been saving. Those 2 that I saved. Is it worth going out of my way to try and find them, or just finish the game? As long as you rescued 1 Edakun. Okay, that's cool at least. That it's just 1. But yeah, like, I'd be happy to supply feedback and what have you. Just to try and, I guess, improve the game, because I'm very, very much pleased with what I'm playing. Despite my annoyance, despite my gripes, despite my stuff, I'm a big fan of this. That I think that with some tweaks to at least like the normal difficulty or stuff, because I find that like it's perfectly challenging when it comes to some boss fights and some trials, but it's so unforgiving in some other areas that if we just tweak those down a little bit, then like I feel like I can create the perfect difficulty. But then again, I haven't played easy mode, so maybe they're addressed in it, but it's just like when you say easy mode, I imagine like any other game calling me a baby. Try to search his Discord group later then. I'll try, but the main thing I fear is that I'm definitely just gonna forget. I have so many things going on that like need my time and attention that like I guess looking for a Discord server to offer to introduce myself, see if they're interested on the feedback or not, and all these other things is like not necessarily time consuming, but my brain, I guess, puts it in the back of the mind as in terms of a priority. I guess if like once my things settle down and I have a little bit more time, maybe I could do that, but I fear that I might forget, and I kind of don't want to, because like I'm really liking all of this. Forget? By why not recollect? Because if I recollect, I'll just think about blue. I was trying not to peek my mic there. And then there are games like Alien Isolation where the developers recommend to select hard mode for the first experience. Like, my general thought is, if you give me difficulty settings, easy should be more like casual audience who just want to enjoy the story or the gameplay, and you're just lowering out the difficulty. Normal is for the target audience crowd, and then hard is for like the die-hard fans, you know? How's it going so far? It's doing good. How about you, Gruss? All auxiliary power generators have been activated. Please uplink from the main deck's navigation booth. I'm on my way. I will probably also take the opportunity to get a few intentional game overs, because I'm realizing I never really saw it or interacted with the SAX thing that happens when you die. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna die anyways at some point in this mod, that I might as well see them and try them out. I'm here for the final section of the game. Lurking, gotta make sure I get my 15,000 steps. Ah, dude, let's go. Mood. I've been using my Poke Walker as a way to count my steps. I don't necessarily have like a goal limit, but I at least try to make it above like the 7 or 6,000 mark per day outside rest days, and if I don't, it's usually because I went to swim that day or something along those lines. I usually just go do my steps while I'm bird watching anyways. I mean, Choso watching. How about you guys? How's your day, week been? Anybody excited for tomorrow's direct, I'm assuming? They gotta show Metroid Prime 4 tomorrow, right? Like I said yesterday, if they don't, I'll be fine. And all that other stuff, but I feel like if the game truly is still coming out this year, it's tomorrow or never, right? Oh, I was right next to a way to get to the main deck. I would love to see what's in store for Mario's 40th. As long as it's better than what they did during the pandemic, I'll be happy. Because I thought what they did in the pandemic was kind of like a bare minimum of sorts. And I don't want to really blame the real world things that happened there, because we're talking about Nintendo. They most likely already had this stuff planned way in advance. "3D All-Stars" was kind of sad. It's not that it was just kind of sad, is that it really felt like bare minimum, you know? As a bare minimum, you'd expect them to put something along the lines of 3D All-Stars, but in Bowser's Fury when it came out, but like I was really hoping to see a new game, even if it was like a new 2D simple game or stuff like that. Me personally, I would add 10 difficulties, 1 through 3 for game journalist, the baby mode easy to normal. Easy. 4 to 7 being normal to very hard, then 8 to 10 being hardcore or the brutal rage inducing. Gosh. It was developed by the German nerd branch. Oh wait, hold on. According to the datamans, they started 3D All-Star 6 months before release. Those guys who do all the emulators for NSO on the classic system. Ugh. Alright, have you learned about Level 2's booster? I got it last stream, yesterday. Chad sort of explained it a little bit, but because I haven't seen, like, a place where I could... like, the game hasn't given me, like, oh, here's the challenge for you to test it out. I think I don't have it. Try to get the E-Tank below you. Alright. Fun fact, they use illegal flashcards during development. That is so funny. That's honestly funny. Especially because, like, how bad the NSO ports are, or at least were in, like, when it was released. I guess I gotta jump into it. Oh. Well, shit. I guess I fucked myself over. Damn. It's still doable. Okay. A flashcard is essentially like, imagine like this Game Boy Advance cartridge or Switch cartridge that you can use as a flashcard on your computer to download ROMs directly into it. Oh gosh. Want a tip? Sure. By all means. Just want to be able to learn how to play this, and you guys are way more experienced with this than I am. Another fun fact, the zero mission ROM on NSO isn't a stock ROM. Oh boy. You don't need the distance to activate it. Okay. That very room has enough space to do it. Interesting. The Fusion Link rewards are being hard-coded to be unlocked at all times, even if you delete the game with the LR button during boot up. I haven't really tested that out. No, there's no animal. We can't save the animals in this room. But that's a side hopper in the background. The room has enough space. Speaking of animals, how the hell did they not get infected by the X? I don't really know, to be quite honest. They were in an X-core membrane, but why they weren't just... I don't know. Gosh. The problem is I don't... Let me make this easier on myself. I wish it made the sound effect from Fusion when you jump off a wall. Just make sure not to hit the wall. Oh, I thought I had to wall jump off it. When you said I didn't need all that room, I thought like, oh, wall jump. The Super Metroid Special Edition NSO thing is also completely new ROM. The intro of that game got removed from all the files. Oh shit. The moment you touch a wall, you lose the momentum. Ah, I thought like... There's a part of me that thought like I could just build the momentum by like wall jumping off the wall and stuff like that. So if it's not wall jumping, and according, you can use the space. It was worth a try. I'll go in circles. That's a good trick. It's something that you were doing right now. I mean, all I was doing is the wall jump, but also like... Something I was doing just now. I was wall jumping, I was jumping up this stuff. No way that I just like... Right? No. Going left and right. This is why I would. The idea is right, but you're missing one thing. I'm missing one thing. I am missing one thing. Alright. This is kind of just why I wish there was like a hint or a place that made you use it. Because like, alright, I got this power up. What do? What am I missing? What am I missing? You're free to bang your heads at the screens, as my stupid brain does not grasp the situation. Yeah, people had to document and test it to find out how it works. That's a shame, because like at least like with the rest of the Metroid items, or like say the missiles, you know, I fired a missile. And like it's there, but like maybe if I at least like came here and I opened it up, kind of like how it is in Dread. Have you played Project Base before? Nope. No, I have not. I see the Morphle sort of flashing. Oh, I guess that's just like it flashes when I morph or non-morph. Yeah. Before you turn to the other side, just spin jump on the air. Opposite direction. Is it jump and hold the opposite direction, or both at the same time, or opposite direction and then jump? This is so kind of obtuse. Oh, there it is. Oh, I fucked it. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. Alright, I think I kinda got it down. Do I just have to jump down there while in speed boost, or do I shine spark down there? Yeah, just go straight down. Oh shit. Oh shit. It's cool, but it's kind of like, how would have I known that I can do this? That's my question. The hint was during the Dragon fight. I guess now that when you put it that way, it makes sense, but I think that the thing is like, alright, yeah, I get that, but like, for me, that translated to just doing this, which is what I thought was gonna be where my train of thought was going, but... There we go. Hey, I did it! Hooray. What I think happened to the animals after fusion? I don't know. Maybe they went into their own bag to a new home planet or whatever. That is a cool mechanic. I just think that maybe it could have been like better implemented because without the context of like the other whatever project basis, I'm assuming it's another ROM by the same dev. Like I wouldn't know that I could do that, and the hint with Drygon at least for me made more sense of like vibrate really fast in place in the same way he was kind of vibrating a lot in place before he went bananas. I wouldn't really say it's much of a negative because like you guys have mentioned it's optional. So like I'm not really upset over an optional thing being so obtuse. It's just like when I get a new power up, just the information would be nice. You don't suffer from damage from Shine Spark, and you can also quickly refill your reserve X tanks with it. I can refill the reserves with the Shine Spark, or is it that like it speeds up the process in which I can reuse them? Nice job, Samish. I should be able to override Sector X during security protocols. Understood. I must warn you, there is no turning back from there. Wait. Oh, with the Shine Spark. Okay. Hold on, I should probably try and use my Adam Beak voice. Make sure you have geared up sufficiently before entering. Also, I won't be able to contact you back there. Trust me, Adam. Samus, have you seen Ravenbeak? He's so strong and so cool and so amazing. He could lift twin Chosos in one hand.
Warning, unauthorized entry.
I like this room.
Warning.
Oh. I didn't expect this to trigger the cutscene. I just wanted to admire the room. That room looked pretty cool. That intro was also pretty cool. Ooh, spooky. I like a spooky. Hey, Mewtwo. I really like the mood of this place. Kind of just want to stay in it for a while. Is this your first time playing? Yeah, this is my blind playthrough. Like I've said, I like what I've played enough to maybe want to give it a try again in the future. But there's also a part of me that kind of like, if it's still gonna receive like an update or two, maybe like wait until then just to like see more differences. Nice. Sorry I missed the previous part. Sad. Oh, don't worry about it. I've recorded them, so I'm gonna try and see if I can find someone else to help me like edit and upload those into the second channel or Fion Station. Most of the streams would go up there, but then my friend who was helping me with the simple cleaning up the streams, normalizing the audio, putting the intro and outro and all that other stuff, they started, you know, to do their master's degree, so like they're very busy with their own things, and I don't want to impose more stuff when I'm, you know, not paying them in anything. So it falls back onto me. So at least for something like this, I might do it just because I really liked what I played, and I'm almost willing to do a video about it, to be quite honest, because like I want to bring well, it's a dilemma. There's a part of me that wants to do the video because I would love for this and other fan projects and stuff to get more like exposure, because like I love the Metroid community and the stuff that they make and all this other stuff. But at the same time, I don't want to bring too much attention to it and then they get a cease and desist, you know? which is part of the reason, like, at least back in the day when people asked me, like, do a video on this or that other fan game or ROM hack, I kind of withheld from doing it because I just didn't want it to get, like, taken down. Not like to toot my own horn and like, I am a ginormous person and everybody sees me or whatever. I'm just a silly little guy, but like, you know, I feel like I don't want to alert the Nintendo ninjas more than they already are. Well, the game is already out for a while. Might as well do it. Yes, that's a mentality that I've had, but at the same time, it's like, all right, that's why I'm like, all right, maybe when the devs finish all their patches and they're kind of like, it won't receive a new patch in the foreseeable future, then maybe go ahead and do it there. Then like, all right, maybe, because I don't know. Maybe they're doing more or they have more things planned and then they get taken down and then we don't get to see those ideas come to light, you know? But I'll probably consider it like, since that there might be times since before Metroid Prime 4 anyways. The main issue is just recording the game to play because I've not, for editing I mean. 1.3 and maybe a DLC? So yeah, maybe like I would rather wait for those to be out and then like make the video, unless the devs would prefer if I just did a review of or whatever video of this build, you know. Smaller or not, your content's great. Ah, shucks. Love your content's been nearly for a decade now. Yeah, I can't believe it, dude. Thanks, man. Like, it really means a lot when I hear you guys say that, because like when I started the channel. Oh wait, hold on. There's a cutscene. I'll pause it for a second. There's Metroids. That's the cutscene, and they're eating the eggs. When I started the channel, I just wanted to like hone my skills in video editing and like social media stuff, and offer something to the Metroid community. Because like I back in those days, I'd watch like a lot of Zelda, Pokemon videos, but there was nobody, at least during those days, doing much Metroid content. So my main goal was just, I like making videos, so why not just put the brain rot online? Maybe there'll be somebody that enjoys it, and who knows, maybe, you know, we could chat up and be buddies or something like that. And I'm very grateful that it's worked that way, where like there's you guys, there's the guys in the Discord server, and all these people that I've met in the community that I'm just so grateful for the attention and like love that you guys have given to the content I put out. Because like when I'm working on it, I'm just thinking about you guys, and the enjoyment I get out of it, and the potential enjoyment you guys might get from watching it. So again, to not to be so cheesy, but like it really means a lot, the support you guys have given me, big or small. For me, it's ginormous. It's the whole reason I try to push trying to push my own original projects like Recollection and stuff, just because I want to offer something that's just beyond, no pun intended, Metroid Prime 4. Just Metroid games, which is part of the reason I want to like do videos on other games that I like that sort of remind me about Metroid and stuff like that I know, like, oh, all right, thank you for the bits, Mewtwo. Thanks, man. Like, you know, there's Crow Country and Armored Core and all these other games that scratch that Metroid. Sorry, I peeked the mic. Scratch that Metroid itch in my mind, you know? Be it the lore, be it the setting, be it the gameplay mechanics, and the like, that I would like to suggest it, so maybe you guys also like it. Bro, you've been a staple for me for Metroid content. It's crazy. Thank you so much for your tenacity. Don't mention it, Easy Run. It's your support that really makes it easy for me to continue going. Like, I don't really use social media that much, except for Discord, and the main reason is because like I feel like in there I can actually just have a conversation with you guys, no matter how silly it might seem. I always look forward to hearing from you guys and what you like from the games, or just other things in general and stuff like that. Don't worry about the mic peaking. We didn't hear it, by the way. It's not so much for you, it's more for like the re-uploads. But if you guys can still hear me through the peak, that's what matters. I shall be the only Metroid. But as I've always said, if there's a topic in particular you'd like to see me touch in a video, there's a Discord server, there is a topic suggestion channel. I literally write down every suggestion, no matter how serious or silly, how big or small it might seem, and I put it into a list. And then when I'm like, usually the hardest part for me is figuring out what to talk about next. Like, yeah, sure, there's a part of me that wishes that the channel grew and 100k subs and all this other stuff, just so that, like, it's easier for me to maybe make it more sustainable and invest more on the channel and the visuals. But, you know, I'm just glad to have the audience base that I have at the moment, you know? What's up, baby? And giving how I can, like, lure it here, maybe I don't want to kill it. Oh no, that's just a destructible block. You know? Like, I do it. Oh shit, I killed the baby Metroid. Am I fucked? Did I fuck up the ending thing because I nuked the baby? I need... Oh shit. Oh, alright. I need mock ball for speed, shine, ball spark for that. It's fine. Okay. You monster? Well, Samus's baby Metroid is long dead by now, so. This is looping, isn't it? Yeah. You should have adopted another one. Tell that to Samus, not me. I cannot sustain a baby Metroid, not in this economy. I'm gonna open the red chat because, again, yesterday I had the issue that I couldn't really see the red chat, and last thing I want is that people might be typing over there, and I haven't really been looking at it, and I don't want people to think that I'm ignoring them. All right. Yeah, there's a few people in the red chat. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. You know what they say, the more the merrier. Yeah. Is stream bugging again? It's more my OBS or restream. I might have to, like, after the stream, reconnect and connect it so that... Because it used to show both of my chats at least on, like, my OBS, but it didn't since yesterday. The red chat sounds ominous. The reason I use colors is because at least I've heard from that red website and the purple website don't really like it when I say their names out loud during streams and stuff like that. And then, like, the little boobot bot says, like, oh, you're supporting the other corpo. I will now hit you if your channel does not get any views. Like, there's already now... You remember how it used to be the problem with the bell? And with the subscribe button, and then it was like, hit that bell and all this other stuff. Well, now apparently there's yet another issue with restricted mode. So, like, my reminder to everybody is to turn that off. Click on the top right icon of your YouTube red website icon, and then change restricted mode off, because that's, like, once again, I like to call it, like, the great purges. It's so dumb, I know, Pun. It's so stupid. It's all childish. Why hide the obvious fact that each other exists? Because competition in monopolies. Armored Core 621. Armored Core. Unfortunately, it's on mobile, especially on mobile data. Yeah. Like, I consume Red website content the most on mobile. Because I'm usually, like, doing chores around the house or at work or exercising. And so that's why I'm, like, extra grateful that you guys are still here and, like, enjoying the content and all that other stuff, despite my 10,000th delay. Well, this tension seems very, very finny. Also, if you guys could please follow Pawn at her own streams and stuff like that, I would really appreciate it. She is the one who voices Dark Samus in my videos, after all. The Dank Samosa aficionado herself. Oh, she's here. Gets sued before the radiation kicks in. Remembers for the anti-radiation washing machine. How's the game expecting you to get into that vent as a casual? I could explain it, but it's kind of tech. Trying to stream more often, I know. I don't know, but it's the fact that that I have to double tap the morph while doing this. Again, it's another technical skill that I think, like, there we go. It's just a little bit too much for my liking. Like, as a casual, I don't know how you would do that. As a Metroid Fusion addict. Or at least, like, give the, like, you know, with the fact that there's, like, the spike thing, spike breaker, and, like, the second speed booster, it'd be fun if they also added, like, an instant morph button. But then again, I don't know where would you map that, anyways. So, am I the imposter because I came out of the vent? It's funny to mess with Super Metroid due to its unique physics. Yeah. Don't mind me, I'm just taking in the spooky atmosphere. I'm a slut for these. I mean, I'm a sucker for these. You're looking 80% sus right now. Me? Vent? Never. Ah, never. What do I look like, a Metal Gear fan? As a Metroid veteran, I am not ashamed of using the rewind and saves. I don't think there's any shame in using those features, yeah. I try not to, just for, like, emulating the days, but... Are those cocoons? Yeah, like the ones we saw in Fusion. I always loved that effect. Is there anything up there? Well, yeah, please give Pun a follow on her streams. We're trying to find a convenient schedule. I am usually co-hosting her streams anyways, with Gabe, who you guys are pretty much familiar with. And, yeah, she voices Dark Samus. Also, if you can follow Midnight Lights, she voices the SAX on the Metroid videos. Our streamer also has no problem spamming power bombs. I mean, if it works. What else am I... Why wouldn't I spam the 18 power bombs that I have at my disposal? That effect makes me want to play Prime 3 again, yeah. When feature I do want back is a way of revealing what blocks are destructible and power bombs doing the same. I'd be more happy if it's with power bombs just because it's how it worked, excuse me, in Fusion. So like, being an X-Fusion mod, we're super trying to emulate Fusion. I think it would have been a good way to just, all right, now the item has we bring back the exploration purpose that it had in the other game, and oh my god, there's the rail bird again. Hold on. Bird. Rare bird sighting. Holy shit. I gotta find a camera to install just so I can, like, guys, point it at it. Rare, yeah. According to my, at least according to the app, it's a rare, like, sighting. Not a very rare, but like. Well, that makes sense. It's also a bomb, just powerful. Yeah. What's the app for the birds? It's the Cornell Merlin. Yeah, the one that. It's called the Merlin Bird ID from Cornell University. I'm loading up the sound of the bird. Because I actually, the last time it was walking around here, it was making this sound. This is from my phone. I don't think the microphone is picking that up. Shit. I'll look it up later. I'll look it up later and I'll play it. There's also the Karakara out in the building. It's the crested one, not the yellow-headed this time. I love hiking through the woods and search for rare birds, shiny ones too, legendaries maybe. Yeah, I mean, crested Karakara is pretty cool. I also took pictures of two birds fighting, and then I saw Winterbird scream for victory. I'll try to get it on Discord since I can only post 10 megabytes. Yeah, that sucks. Also, what in the abomination? Holy crap, I didn't really look at this. Powerbomb you? Is it using the sprite from like that mosquito boss from Zero Mission for like this part over here, or is it just me? I think I need to find another way to go into it. Give it a little kiss, you coward. Okay. There, kissed. Okay, so I can't go back. Oh, I can just... I thought I couldn't... I thought, like, the little stinger thing would have dealt damage. I really like the spookiness of this area, though. Ooh. So how does this work? How does that work? Oh, it stole my power up. Cool. Oh no. Okay, that's kind of cool. This I don't like the idea of the X-Droid because like how do work? Huh? How that do work? That make no sense. I don't care if it's like in an egg or whatever, but like, you know, it's like but I don't really care. I'm not like, but like, you know. You got the baby whilst developing inside the egg. I understand that, but like, still. Like, these things were engineered so that, like, the X-parasites could not infect them in general. That's the whole lore. If it worked like that, then why didn't we infected an SR3D8? There was several eggs and stuff, you know? It's a meta's headcanon? Oh, okay. I don't want to sound like a hater. I like the, okay, now I am back naked Samoza again in a spoopy game. The spoopiness is back. I love the spoopiness, but I start raising eyebrows is when things, like, if it had its own sort of, like, explanation, then sure. But, like, the way that the lore of Samus Returns and the Chosen Memories showcase it sort of, like, if they could infect the Metroid larva inside the egg, why didn't it happen before? But I'm still enjoying this part. Except for the fact that, like, but did the Metroids, thought the Metroids could evolve into queens and make eggs? I don't think so. But my theory with that is that the thing that caused them to evolve was the introduction of the Aeon Energy. Aeon Energy being a special sort of life's energy of at least the creatures in SR3D8, because in Choso Memory 2, you see the Metroid sort of like harvesting it out of like dead creatures, like horn toads and stuff. So, in the way that the Choso Memories play out, when the Metroids consume the X-parasites, they're also inadvertently consuming Aeon. And the Choso maybe never took into consideration what would be the effects of the Aeon in the Metroids, causing them to evolve into what we see, and all this other stuff. And at the same time, we do see that the first Metroid that they created hatched from an egg. It wasn't made on a test tube; it hatched in an egg. You know. So like that's been my sort of understanding of things based on the way that the Choso Memories presented the details. And how, like, Metroid Dread continues on with it. Like, again, I know this is a fan mod. Take it with a grain of salt. It's just a fun idea for the sake of the shock factor and the horror and the space horror and whatever. But like, that could be too. These Metroids are different from the Metroids on SR38. But are they? I thought that the Metroids that the BSL station had were clones from the baby Metroid that Samus rescued. And if that's the case, then that would make it closer. That would literally make these from the ones in SR38. But, you know, I don't think it's really that important. It's a fan game with its own headcanons and stuff, and I'm in here for the ride. It's just that, like, there's always that part of me, like, raising my eyebrow, you know? Call it just obsessing over Metroid too much. We're in the bullshit laboratories, as Kroko called it, like Mewtwo is saying. Alright. I think the only other breed of Metroids that exist are Talon Metroids, right? Yes. In the Prime series, the Metroids, so the pirates took the Metroids from Sevis aboard the Orpheon and the Syracuse, and they translated them to other planets. However, once on Talon Overworld, and they continued to do the experiments, they sort of inadvertently created a different breed of Metroids with the Talon Metroids. And that's kind of how, I guess, the developers explain that you can destroy these Metroids without having to freeze them and stuff like that, you know? And so, technically speaking, the Phazon Metroids and all these other ones that we see in the Prime series are a subspecies moving forward, not directly connected to the rules and conventions played by the 2D vanilla games. Now I will try and not die before I get jump scared by the metro. Well, I was... okay, so I can go right. Also, the Queen Metroid is one single Metro who is destined to become Queen. Normal Metroids only get to Omega. This one got forced into somehow becoming a Queen, and maybe that messes up things. I mean, that could also work. Like, if the game told me, like, that as an explanation, I would deem it plausible. But for me, it's still, like, eyebrow-raising because the Metroids... So, how come it's not with the other Metroids as well as in this area and all this other stuff? Yes, I give it a kiss, Gabe. For me, it's always been like all Metroids could evolve to Omega Metroids, but only certain Omega Metroids could evolve into Queens. That there can only be one Queen, I think is just fan interpretation because we've only seen one Queen Metroid per instance. And, you know, that's, I think, less of a lore thing and more of a final boss surprise thing, you know? So, like, for all intents and purposes, it could have been multiple Queen Metroids, but, like, you know, it's a video game. We need to have something as a big surprise at the end. So, the lore, none of the games ever established that there can only be one Queen at a time. I took it more so that all Metroids have the potential of evolving into Queens, but not all of them reach that state for one reason or another. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I do like the fact that the game doesn't just give us an explanation, because I also... Part of the reason I like about the Metroid games, as I've mentioned in the lore, is just that there's a lot of the gaps for us to fill. And by having those gaps, I think it's that what brings us together as a community. Just discuss and talk about the games long after they're done. How did I dupe it the last time? No, I don't have anything. I've been stripped of all my power-ups. Alright, there we go. I don't know why it worked that time, but... Oh, what the fuck, man? You know what brings the community together? Oh my gosh. Today's sponsored Recollection. They're just empty. Okay. I mean, if they're empty and I can't really refill them, then they might as well not be there. I just don't like the... this trial and error is just... this section is just trial and error, and it just... now deflated the horror that I was building up to, in my opinion. Oh, there's another one and another one. Fucking hell, man. It's just like those Isaac X's again. I don't have power-ups, Gabe. It stole all of my power-ups. I repeat for the 5th time. I have nothing. Here, I'll leave it here. I'll stand up and I'll leave for a second. So are we gonna talk about the fact that we could call that Metroid instead of the Metroid X the Adam Metroid because it deauthorized all my power-ups? Asking for a friend. See, on paper, I think this area is really good. But the amount of trial and error and precision needed just makes it frustrating real quick. Yeah, I think that I was enjoying the build up and the tension and all this other stuff, and I love the fact that it stripped away my power-ups, but now we're just back to like, you know, trial and error, and that just okay, now I spawned in that room. Okay. That it just deflates the tension. No, I didn't spawn in that room. I just paused in that room. You know, and if you do one slightly thing wrong, you gotta go back. So, like, it's a shame. I was really enjoying the spoopiness. I was like, alright, fun challenge here. Unique challenge. No. I jump this one. I can't high jump that one. Alright. So maybe short jump the second one. Alright. Turn left here. Jump the door. Go down here. Jump high. Jump low? No jump low. That's just evil. Jump. High jump. Jump. So it's not just run, I have to jump. I have to jump. Oh, fuck me, man. The horror that it had going is completely lost. Now we're back to Kaiso territory. Shame, I thought that... That guy is just... I can't high jump it, I can't low jump it. I don't think I have enough time to turn into a ball and... I don't even have ball jump. Anyways. I've tried shooting them, but... like, they're Metroids. In a 2D game, right? Oh, I can push them back, okay. That, I guess I had to fuck around and find out for that one like I just did, but... Again, no other instance of the game is there like a push the enemy mechanic that I didn't really expect for them to put one with Metroids, no less. Given that in no Metroid game can you push Metroids. I'll leave again. Somebody asked it again. I'll leave again. I'm back. Everybody saw my power-ups? Any other questions? I will turn the streamer around and walk away again. When the robot catches you, it's just game over. My retort to the SAX and Emmy, I think they both capture the same horror. Great, because if the Emmy spots you, as I showed in the previous Metroid Dread stream that we made, you can still like run away from it and all this other stuff. I equate that the Emmy catching you is the same as if the SAX shot at you. It's just the difference that one has to get in melee range and the other one can just shoot you through walls and stuff. And one has an AI that is much more easier to exploit than the other and stuff like that. But like I feel like they're both equally in that tension of like, is the Emmy aware of where I am, and then the adrenaline of having to run away and finding ways to hide about the Emmy that I just liked about it. And now I'm back into trying. I can take an ice beam though, not an Emmy grab. Yeah, exactly. If you couldn't tank an ice beam, for like you can tank an ice beam with an asterisk, so long as you have like a Varia suit or enough energy tanks to tank it. The Emmy is like meant to instant kill things when it grabs them. It's a technology that we developed to destroy the X parasites and stuff like that. So like, you know, it's the same way that you can tank the Emmy's wave beam and the Ice Emmy's ice missile attacks, but the grab is just a grab. I'm pretty sure that if the SAX could somehow on the Game Boy limitations grab you, that it would just put its arm cannon to Samus's helmet and fire a super missile at point blank range. And in the case of that game, her super missiles can blow up doors permanently. So it's shit. Designed to defeat the X? Alright, so to bring back the Metroid Dread lore, the Emmys were designed to be a way of detecting X parasites and sending someone who wouldn't get infected by the X parasite because they're 1000% machine. Oh wait, hold on. Did you try turning your suit on and off again? Thank you, Mewtwo. So like, the Emmy is not grabbing the gelatin thing. The Emmy is grabbing the host. And then it is, I guess, sort of implied that, to be fair, they don't give us an actual reason. Like, but from my guess is that the Emmys do carry a sample of like Samus's genetic makeup, or at least enough of it to be able to neutralize the X parasite. So the Emmy just grabs the host with its big claws, and then it injects the thing that siphons that just basically sucks the X parasite, kind of like a Metroid, and that's the whole point of them. We've made robot Metroids. And am I the only one seeing this? Like they have claws that you can't break, you can't destroy them, and they can suck DNA and stuff like that, which is why Ravenbeak uses them and reprograms them. And because they have that sample, is also how Ravenbeak learns about what Samus can do and lures her into the planet. It's in the Choso archives on Metroid Dread. I can load up the pictures. We can go over the video again. Guys, I can do that video again. Again, like there's no definitive answer, but that's kind of what I took out of it based around the information that's presented. It pushes him down. Fuck. Robot Metroid's in an image and of it. It's funny. Beetle. Yeah, they're literally Omega. They're designed to destroy the things that we thought we couldn't destroy. So that's why I'm like, alright, the X threat is kind of dealt with. The only reason Samus is sent is because
shit. I was having kind of fun until now. Okay, hear me out. The one hit by the enemy would be thrilling if there weren't checkpoints in Dread. But you respawn from your last save. Matter of fact, that's what makes all Metroid games exciting. Counter argument.
If I think there is definitely a parallel universe in which if the enemy grabbing you sent you all the way back to your safe room, a lot of players, including us, would be frustrated about the fact. Because a difference from other Metroid games, Dread has you trekking through longer sections and puzzles and stuff like that. So I'm kind of glad that they at least put the checkpoints so that the game isn't so frustrating. With that said, I think they could have added that sort of like no checkpoint feature for like hard mode at least, or very hard mode or whatever.
Okay, last thing, honestly, robots just doesn't work for me because I'm told that it's the ultimate weapon and indestructible in the game. And then the literal next thing we do after meeting one is getting a beam that destroys it. Counter argument again. Choso beam. Choso mocking beam. It's not just any beam, it's the Omega Cannon. Sort of imply that it's kind of like a baby version of the Omega Beam that Ravenbeak uses to destroy the enemy and break the enemy in the first game. The Federation built these to fight X-Parasites and whatever they can consume based on the data of what Samus might have fought previously. Not a mocking or mocking technology. Technology that I might remind you they've used to conquer galaxies and planets. We're talking about like a threat that's way bigger than like anything in the Metroid universe. The Chosos conquered galaxies and planets and stuff like that. And we're talking about a species that craves power. Like in Dread itself, we see that the hyper beam that Samus uses is strong enough to just completely obliterate an X-Parasite in its gelatinous form. The first time that we see that. So it's also implied that Ravenbeak could have used that beam to maintain himself safe from the X-Parasite infestation on ZDR. He just went blasting everything. So an Emmy is indestructible by Federation standards, not Choso standards. We're dealing with a whole different type of technology, and keep you in mind, there is nothing that the Federation would know that there was going to be Chozos on ZDR. They just got a video of an X-Parasite in some yet uncharted planet in the universe, and they sent the Emmys. And then the Emmys, as soon as they arrived, or shortly after they arrived, just disappeared. They went, we sent 8 Emmys, and then all of them disappeared at the same time. All right, shit, there's still the X out there. There's only one person that we know that can deal with this while we build the Emmys, Samus. But even it's implied that Samus chooses to go herself, because if 8 of these Emmys failed, then it's gotta be something else that these Emmys cannot defeat, thus falling into Ravenbeak's trap. If the Emmys were able to stand against the Chozos and all this other stuff, then there wouldn't be no game. But it's the fact that the Federation and the Excellion Company built these robots to deal with the X-Parasites. But lo and behold, there is the one mocking who happens to be Samus' mocking DNA donor, and you're wondering why a robot built by the Federation couldn't stand against it? By our standards, indestructible. By a Choso standards, a plaything. Like, there's this image, hold on. I'm gonna look it up. This area is annoying me enough with the trial and errors that I'm having way more fun just discussing the lore with you guys. This is why I opened the channel. Fucking brain rot, man. My brother hates me for this. Or what? I say that as a joke. Alright, so like here. I'll load it up real quick. Also immune to Samus's tech, which is ancient Choso tech. The mocking have vastly more advanced tech by now. Yeah, exactly. That's also true. But like all we have to see is this one image here, and it just explains everything. It just paints the perfect picture. Ravenbeak, like, he's holding the Emmy's hand. The broken Emmy's hand. To him, they're just like playthings. The Chozos, especially like the leader of the Mockings, considerably during his prime or whatever, just like stands no chance against it. And as you can see, there's the energy coming out of his arm cannon. So like he's one strong burb. You came down the wrong planet. You're not worthy of my attention. Therefore, I will repurpose you to lure in the thing that I was trying to lure. And like Akior was saying, the Emmys maybe have ways of defending and being immune to Samus's weaponry, just as a basis because the creatures that Samus fought on the BSL station were using Samus's power-ups. Samus acquired power-ups through absorbing the X-parasites, like the gravity suit and the plasma beam and what have you, right? So, in the same way that Samus has that treatment with the Federation, she's sharing their technology so that the Emmys can adapt to different situations and be able to deal or at least neutralize the host before dealing the killing blow. But she never had the mocking technology that Ravenbeak uses that creates black holes and the ginormous arm cannon that is bigger than his thigh. Oh, by the way, in the topic of Chozo, is Grey Voice canon? Yes. Yes, and I have Dread to prove it. It's when the cutscene where Padre Beak as um Mewtwo would call it, is explaining to Samus's DNA. Samus DNA scene. All right, here it is. I found the image. Hold on. You see them. We actually kind of see them in the game. Oh, but it's a freaking WPNG whatever format. I don't know if OBS likes those image, so I'ma just do the next big thing. Hold on. I've talked about this in my. Please, I would recommend you go watch the videos I touched over in the subject because I put more of my ideas there. But here, another screenshot from Dread. You see them you see the Chozos on the right that are working on the machine. You see two silhouettes right next to them in the back, and they match the heights of Old Bird and Grey Voice. Old Bird is even all hunched up and stuff. And keep in mind, Sakamoto did produce the Metroid manga. He was in charge or sort of working with it with the people who were creating the manga. So by all intents and purposes, it's still canon. And now we actually have Grey Voice and Old Bird, at least Old Bird, back in an actual Metroid game. In the manga equivalent of like this panel where it's Mother Brain, yeah, Grey Voice is the tall one. Old Bird is the short one. The manga shows you the size differences when they're talking with Mother Brain and stuff like that during Samus's DNA infusion. The two of them are present and it's sort of like the same size. It's even kind of like the small details you can see from the silhouette matches even the robes that they had in the manga. So the main revelation that Dread gives us is that what we assumed Samus was just like Thoha side DNA is actually a combination of both Thoha and Mocking. And yeah, I'm not gonna say the A boy is saying because I'm not gonna say that word. Don't want to get demonetized, even though I'm already saying the F word so much. Samus was like a child when they met them, and Chozos are tall. Like Chozos are tall. It's just like we've seen the Chozos in Dread next to adult Samus. They're tall as crap. So, yeah. Old Bird and Grey Voice are still part of the canon, and they're in Dread, so the manga is still part of the canon. All the things that have come from Samus Returns and Metroid Dread don't directly conflict with the Choso side of things in the manga, except for like maybe when the events take place with Samus leaving, coming back, but that's a different can of worms in itself. The important thing to take away here is that yes, they're still part of the lore. They're still there. They still matter. Mauk and Kreets are Samus's Federation bodies in the Metroid manga, instead of like the Platoon 7 members we see in the other M. We need a Metroid movie. I've said this before. My stance is it's not a movie, an animated show that can take its time to develop worlds and characters. Oh my gosh, it's Lizard. Hold on. It's my favorite Metroid character. Who would make a good Samus? I don't know. I'm honestly thinking more about voice actors than actors. I would rather it be an animated show than a film, because as a fan myself and a, you know, writer video guy, I've tried my take on experimenting between a Metroid movie and a Metroid TV show. And I think that the TV show just works better for the format of the show. Because that way you have more time of exploring more of the internal struggles and stuff. Metroid and Samus' story has too much to pack for like a single movie. The last thing that we need is a Metroid cinematic universe. Other M says that the 7 people were her only possible teammates. That sounds silly. A lot of the writing in Other M also sounds silly because of the localization issues. But I think it's just implied that the Platoon 7, which was the closest thing we get to a manga retcon, is the fact that those were like the closest thing that she's had for like a family members of sorts. But it was mostly Anthony, Adam, and Ian Malkovich. The rest were just like friends and cousins or whatever extended family you want to have. Samus has had like what, 4 fathers at this point? Okay, so jump over it and shoot down. Oh well, I fucked up. I do hate the fact that it's like one try. If you mess up, you're dead. It also kind of rubs the horror out of it. Shit. Oh, come on. Yes, the Metroid Dread's voice actors are based in Spain as well. Todos hablan español, entonces. En teoría, el lenguaje de los Chosos se pronuncia como en español, pero se lee y se escribe como si fuese en inglés. Learn more about it in the Choso language video that I put out. Wow, I'm self-promoting on my own streams. Wow. No, fuck me. You can kill the small ones with the ice, with the beam. Alright, but like, it doesn't really matter. I can just... The amount of damage that the small one would do to me is kind of irrelevant, because the moment the regular Metroids like have their grips on me, I lose momentum and I die. ¿Vosotros o ustedes? Ambos. Literalmente ambos. Motherfucker. So then the parasites, but it doesn't really matter because I'm just like zooming past this room that it becomes irrelevant. I should have put a death counter. Also, thank you for hearing my Metroid lore rambles. I remember when I was getting ready for this to be like a fun spooky section. Oh, don't get spot. Don't get spot. It's not gonna be like Zero Mission, Resident Evil or some stuff. Nope, it's just more Kaizo platforming. Oh, I didn't wall jump. Still wondering whether Metroids attack Samus in Fusion. All Metroids attack Samus in general. Why particularly the ones in Fusion? If it's because you're thinking about them being clones of the baby Metroid DNA and therefore they would be the same bond, not necessarily. Oh my gosh, there we go. Oh, what the crap? Ugh. I mean, just because Samus has Metroid DNA does not necessarily mean that the Metroids see her as a brethren. It's evil that it doesn't even put me like on the right place that I can just jump up and continue. No puede ser. Bruh. How did you know I was there? Instant turnaround, 0 frames. Maybe this is a room that I gotta walk around like Akiwara told me to. Nope, I just land next to the SAX and it's immediately aware of my presence. Okay. So I gotta run through it. Was distracted, I'm assuming. Mess up the first jump, die. Oh gosh. Sure is. I'm sure this is definitely a Kaiso. Maybe I gotta stop locking. Shit. Now I don't really know how I got past this room. Okay, that's kind of... It's kind of... No! I can make it destroy the blocks above me, and then maybe I could just wall jump my way up there. Oh, or not. Shit. No! Please, hey. It's pixel perfect. It's too instant. I know I've said that from the SAX in general, but like I think it immediately shoots in like a trajectory of where I am going, rather than where I was. Maybe perhaps this is help. Shit. Gosh, how many cycles has it been? Sorry if I'm not reading chat, I'm just trying to lock the fuck in to get past this. I'm not gonna lie, this is slowly ruining all the fun I had so far. I really hate saying that. Like, what? How am I supposed to debate it? Alright, so maybe I'm gonna wait until it's on the left, so that it shoots up to where I am, the cheating bastard. No! Come on. Oh, okay. Turn left. No, come on. All right, turn around. now it didn't shoot up. Gosh. Turn left. Why did it have to be grapple beam walls, man? I feel like the room is the sequence is already hard enough. We don't have to put grapple beam walls while destroying the top layer while the SAX is chasing you with its instant kill abilities. What? What the fuck? Okay, that's just gosh. Alright, hold on, I'm gonna read chat for a little bit. So chat, sorry about that, I was just locking the fuck in. Yeah, my last train of thought was like, all right, I'll just debate it while in the grapple wall, and hopefully the dumbass will just jump the other side and it works. I'm just glad there's checkpoints here, but like, gosh. I'm scrolling up. There was another passageway. Oh. Oh. Oh well, I guess I can't go over there. I thought that was the only way. I was just trying to shoot the other Metroid to push it back. Well, we didn't need it. Didn't need it. Ain't complaining. Didn't need it. Getting filtered? I'm slowly filtering it. Don't worry. It would send you to the end of this current room? Oh, okay. Jeez. Gosh, I mean, I know I said it, but I'll say it again. I thought it was really gonna be like a spooky sneak through the SAX sections. But now it's just like a hell Kaizo run, I guess. What is it? Data room on the bottom? I'm assuming that's just gonna be where I get my power-ups back. Do you think there's going to be a bigger threat than Silex? Probably. There's probably gonna be like a bigger cosmic threat in Prime 4 than Silex. Unless Silex itself becomes a cosmic threat. I was joking about it the other stream, in which I said that given that Metroid Prime Beyond is dealing with time travel and time things and all this other stuff, that there is a chance that like maybe Silex is Samus from an alternate timeline where the space pirates after the raid in K2L take her and she is kind of like affiliated with the space pirates and what have you, or some other silliness like that. And if it's the case that it's indeed another Samus, then yeah, that's a cosmic threat right there. Would this be? This is Metroid X Fusion. It's a ROM hack for Super Metroid that tries to sort of have a retelling of Metroid, of the events of Metroid Fusion and stuff like that. It's super fun, but man, is it frustrating because it's got a lot of Kaizo AI and Kaizo traps and Kaizo runes and Kaizo. Sup, Squeaky Nerd. I was playing Mega Man Battle Network the other day and I meant to send you a message. It's been a while since I've... Bullshit. Bullshit. That's just bullshit. Oh, there's another one. What? I thought I was behind a wall. What? Yeah, I mean, at least there's checkpoints, but that doesn't... That seems like a band-aid. I just heard of the term Kaizo. Is that supposed to be like super hard puzzles? Kaizo, I believe the origin of the word is like a Japanese way of saying asshole. So it was kind of like Kaizo Mario runs were kind of like a pun on asshole Mario. And it was all these like extremely precise, hellish, precision, pixel perfect challenges and stuff like that. And given the fact of how this plays, it's kind of like it. Being in this room for the first time and seeing the 2SAXAS was horrifying. I mean, it is, mostly because there's the other one with the gravity suit, but it's less horrifying when, like, they have instant kill, I know where you are, I see you through the walls abilities. And one sees me and I guess it alerts the horde. Gosh. Alright. Just trying to see. I am assuming I gotta jump up and run. The problem is, it's like I got no place to maneuver. Play a level like that in Mega Man Maker the other day. It's crazy for it to be all over this game. Yeah, I mean, I like to consider myself a well-experienced Metroid enthusiast, but like, gosh. I don't know how I can stealth my way through these guys. Gotta find a different way. Hmm. I don't even have, like, the morph ball. Pretty sure I can only go if I shoot this. But then how do I hide from it? Oh, I got an idea. I'm just gonna wait for it to come over here, shoot the block, and maybe it'll jump down trying to see what, like, what was that noise? Oh, what the f- Maybe I jumped too early. I just don't like that if you're like, in the original Fusion, that wouldn't count as me being detected. Like, how did it hear me jump? I was in the air. Oh, what the f- what? Wait, huh? What? I thought it was clever there. Gosh, what the fuck, man? Doesn't make any sense. Like, if I can hide behind it almost eternally, but the moment it jumps down, it can see me up. I guess I just gotta gun it. But that's just gonna alert the rest of them. Gosh. Like, I don't get why, like, right now it doesn't see me, but the moment I'm up and it's down, it sees me. I think I fucked myself. Or not. I was holding the walk button. Just jumping alerts them? Like, I'm holding down the walk button this entire time, but I guess jumping up alerts them. And now I'm trying to lock in and see how I solve this. Fucking... They don't hear me firing the beam, but they could see me through walls, hear me through walls. That's... Oh shit. Thanks for the sub, Taco. Appreciate it. I'll definitely have to try it out anyways, though, of course. Now to put on the trusty dusty stealth suit. If you ever
Through the chest slide while jumping, they will detect you. Yeah, I mean, they're just detecting me. I think it's just a proximity thing. You were probably too close. I'm assuming like the hitbox where it can detect me is so just nauseously ginormous. Fuck you, Taco. Easy mode has ice missiles. That's just a band-aid. That's not solving the problem. Now what did I do? Alright, so jumping doesn't solve the issue. How is it not seeing me there, then? Okay. What? I guess I just gotta put them out of the frame. I thought I understood it, but I don't. Let's see. Wait around over here. We'll turn around. Jump, 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 jump. Okay. Fuck it, we both. Oh, shit. Great, there's a grapple beam section. Shit. I suck with the grapple beam. Alright, jump over here, shoot this guy. Right over here. It just doesn't make any sense, because, like, for me, it's like, alright, it's already... I'm clearly supposed to be in its line of sight. I don't know where it is. See, like, why doesn't it see me there magically? But then sometimes it does. Brother.
Alright, I guess I got this one down, even though none of it makes much sense to me of why it is not seeing me here versus when I just magically jump up. It's like, what was that noise? Guess I gotta wait for this guy as well. It's the having to wait the entire time that to just have a different attempt that kind of also irks me. Alright, if I just chill here, it doesn't see me. I can't jump high enough? Alright. I'll try and wall jumping out of it. Yeah, just go to the left already. I was gonna make it there. I was gonna make it there. I think I fucked myself over. Yep. Great. It takes so long, I think I'm losing my concentration. This entire section as a whole. Oh, I tried to wall jump. Oh boy. Kind of feels arbitrary whether when can they see me, when they can't see me, and why. At least to me, the rhyme and reason don't really make much sense. Kind of just want to go talk about Metroid lore now instead. Because, like, the other one saw me through the wall. Okay. I'm pretty sure the moment I let go, it's gonna know where I am. Oh, fuck me. It went from frustrating to just boring now. Oh, the f... Who was... Right there, but of course they shoot me where I'm going. Ugh. Yeah, I just don't know. Like, I feel all the tension and things that had me going just completely deflated, and now I'm just generally not having that much fun. Fucking hell. I gotta wait for this guy to turn around 4 fucking times, man. The other one saw me when I'm further away, what? Like, I was farther away from the other SAX, but it saw me. It's... Alright, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm just gonna go get some water, man. All right, I'm back. Want to get some water. Look at some birds. Ah. This is a salty walk back. Take a break and try again another time. I mean, the problem is if I take a break and I stop the game, I doubt that it'll put me here, and I don't really feel like doing all of that all over again. You know, I just I feel like I'm close to finishing the game and this gauntlet in general that like I don't want to start all over it in the beginning. Like I just rather. You probably let the game go. Yeah, if I don't, if I feel like I don't, it's not that I'm not enjoying it. It's just that I feel like might be just a little bit too much in general. Like, um, it's to the point where like I went from like, all right, and it's kind of sad because I was really hyped. I was really excited from the moment we're entering the sector and all that jazz, and maybe seeing something else that's creative from the part of the dev and making like a spoopy sneaky section. But I think that the way the SAX behaves is a little bit just too punishing, um or so it feels, I guess. So like my main fear is like, all right, I finally get past this room, and then there's another beginner's trap, and then I just die, and I have to like start from this room again and stuff. So like I remember this is Super Metro. It'd be easier if you have the power grid. If you use the grapple beam, even if you cling to the ceiling, swing left and right like crazy, then let go. I mean that's what I was trying to do, but like I fall, and the moment I let go, the SAX is kind of like alerted to my presence instantaneously. So like I've been trying to swing when it's on the left, I've been trying to swing when it's on the right, or just try and wall jump my way up there, but um, it's a little bit too punishing. No, so I thought this part was cool until the beginning of the trial and the error section. Like, it's just that like, uh, I don't feel like the challenge is coming more from my knowledge of Metroid. It's just a Mario Maker Kaiser stage type of environment. So like it's no longer about the exploration, and the horror is gone, um and what have you. So like it doesn't quite it went from like, all right, it's fun, all right, it's challenging, all right, it's difficult, to just like I'm not enjoying it. But like with that, I'm still like determined to finishing it just because that's the way I am. And I don't feel like I want to redo all that all over again. So you're still gonna try? I'm still gonna try, because like I'm pretty sure if I close the game, it's gonna put me all the way back at like the intro. So like I don't really want to go through all those challenges and hurdles again. Even knowing that there's like a cutscene that would like skip this, like um
It's just like I feel like I understand the SAX, but like sometimes I bait it, sometimes I don't, sometimes I do. It sees me, sometimes it doesn't. It can hear me when I jump and what have you. That like I think it's already challenging enough that it can shoot with extreme accuracy to where I'm going, and instant kill me in one shot, and all these other things that like the hyper detection, uh, just it seems a little bit like extra. Yeah, we're about to find out. See what I mean? Not to mention that the other SAX just like instantly appears. I think it's just a little bit too on the unhinged side. I know that there's a crowd for it, but like I still say that like it could have used a little bit tweaking on the balance. Like it just makes me wonder how much more crazy that Omega mode is. Oh, I did it. Hooray. Or so I think. Gosh. Oh, okay, it's a boss. Bruh. It would have been a funny troll if it weren't for the fact that like it sets it you know, bruh. 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 How much more of this is there?
Kind of bullshit. I don't even have the chance to touch the floor to jump. What? I don't know what I did differently there. I really don't know what I did differently there than before. I can barely see that. Is that it, chat? It's gotta be it, right? Oh, thank goodness. Gosh. Alright, I gotta admit, after doing all that stuff, that was just kind of like, just a little bit too much. For like, beginner's trap and all this other stuff. Good luck, my friend. I'm heading to the movies. You got this. Thanks. Thanks, Squeak. What movie you watching? And let me know. Send me a DM. I would like to know if it's good or not. I've been wanting to go to the movies, but I haven't really gone in a while. Like, I like the idea. I think it's fun. Like one last challenge where you're at your weakest point and Samus survives all this hellhole and stuff like that. But gameplay wise, I think it was just a little bit too extra in a few places, you know? Like, I see the vision. I see the concept on paper. I just think the execution just needs a lot of work. Like I didn't really have an understanding between when I did things right and why did I did them right versus when I did them wrong. And all the tension that it was, and the main thing that kills me is like all the tension that is building up. Even in this, like I should be like losing my mind over the spoopy section, but instead I'm just like coming down from the frustrating I don't know, mood or high that like now it's just like a whatever section. Yeah, but it's not just the SAX behavior, it's also everything else that like came before it, you know? The Metroids, and then like you can just use what the original Fusion had for the SAX, or because like if anything, this is way more hostile than it behaves differently than when it does in the original game. So like guess I can't defeat it. Or can I? Oh no, I just had infinite invincibility frames. There we go. Should have kept the bombs in this part. Can I open this door? Nope. Oh, riddles. Dragorns. Something. Oh, phantones. Oh, which one is missing, Chad? Is it Kraid? Oh, it's Kraid. I like the sprite. Kraid X. So bloody. Everybody's here. Dragon's here. Brockelmeyer was here. Ridley was here. So is it Neo Kraid, or because it's Neo Ridley, or is it just Kraid X? Fuck. At least there's a checkpoint. Alolan Kraid. Kraid Shadow Legends. Reminds me, I gotta re-upload the Kraid video without the raid. Now that the contract is no more. For that video, at least. Why can't they pause? Is my pause button not working? No, it's working. Alright, so I gotta assume that there's no pause. Yeah, no pause here. Oh, okay. Not enough RAM for pausing. Alright, so like all those reserve tanks are... null and void. Shit, man. Yes, I can shoot his nail and stuff for ammo, but... I don't like the way the X float in this. All right. Okay. Oh boy. Yeah, eat shit. Eat shit. You use the grapple beam to suck in the X parasites? Oh. I should have guessed I could do that. Now, where have I seen this before? All right. Come on, dude. Do a funny thing. Dude, is it... After all of that, it's just him hopping around again? I thought he'd be shooting laser beams or something. Oh well. I was really looking forward to the fight against the, like, Monster X SAX. ROM limitations? No, señorito. No. There was Meta Crocomire, there was two Zazabis, there was New Crate X with all these sprites and all these first things. And it's just like giving the guy some extra moves. We had like fucking giant ass Meta X Dragon spinning around physics and stuff, and then you're saying ROM limitations? They couldn't make him like shoot a laser beam. Like all these bosses. Back in my day, the boss music was 60 seconds, but the boss worked. That's the official reason. I don't buy it. I don't buy it because there's all these other creative and stuff ideas, like that. Like, why not prioritize the final SAX monster encounter? You know, you were able to program Crocomire X and Dragon X and that other boss for the spike ball, but not the SAX, like the main star villain of the game. I guess it would have been my priority making this, but it's my, you know, that's just me. No? Oh. Oh, maybe there's a second boss. Where's my ship? My thing is like they went through the trouble of making all these new boss fights. That instead of adding one of those boss fights, I would have made, like, my priority would have been, okay, the SAX gets its own dedicated boss fight encounter. So it's fun, and the player can get all that catharsis about shooting the thing. Even if it comes at the cost of, like, Spore Spawn X, or Meta Crocomire Phase 2, or Meta X Dragon, whatever, you know? It's like if you're playing a Super Metroid ROM and it adds all these new bosses but in phases, but it doesn't give anything new to Mother Brain. Samus, what happened to you? That's a long story. Deactivate the self-destruct sequence. Negative. The chain reaction has already started. What have you done? During your absence, the Federation ship has landed. I simply cannot allow the X to leave this station. I have the power to stop the X now. Let me save you this time. I refuse to be manipulated again by the bullshit laboratories, the X, or whoever else. I must disappear as well. No way. Adam is just Duncan, Idaho. A lady said to me once that some must live and some must die. Adam. Now run away, save your life in the galaxy. These are my last instructions. Coming with me, whether you like it or not. System backup in progress. Where do you think you're going? That's a good question, Adam. Where am I going? Well, there's still one Core X floating around, so who knows? It's a bit loud. I really don't know where the ship is in this game. Because I found like a fake ship. My guess would be like here. So I'm just gonna try and get there. Oh, what the fuck, man? Leave me alone. It's on the door I'm going in. Of course. It's another other gauntlet. Yeah, there's that Core X, so I guess it's another boss fight. Hopefully it's just like a boss fight against the SAX. Eat shit, man. Oh gosh, this lag is horrendous. Okay. Hold down here. Alright, so I guess this is not the place. Jump out in space? Oh. Okay. So go back. Oh boy. So that's why I don't get my boss fight. I'm just doing as a joke.
3, 2, 1.
Is that it? In the distant space, remains of the BSO station disappear. Metroids, X-Parasites, and Atom. I remember how much time passes then. It's expected the Federation and the BSL denied my any responsibility for this disaster, incriminating its only survivor. Wish Adam was here, as he would oppose his will to the judges. The galaxy now has a new enemy. Wait, but I thought... Oh, I guess I skipped the cutscene. The phrasing should be, do they not know who I am? I will obliterate them. No, it's kind of lame that I gotta see the cutscene in order to save Adam. Well. I guess I did not get my SAX boss fight. I was kind of looking forward to like how you fight the Omega Metroid at the end of the game to have a fight against like the SAX or whatever. But hooray, I did it. Let it be known that all my complaining and all my whining, but I finished it. Yeah. Like I said, I think it's pretty good. It's just that like it goes a little bit too harsh in a few places. It just like for a beginner blind run is tough. I think like I guess in the best way I can say it, it emulated how hard Fusion felt for me as a kid. But this one is just a little bit more ridiculous. Now do Omega difficulty. Maybe if I got like enough of a subscription or incentive or subathon, I would do it. But for that, I'd rather just like do another one. But like, I guess that. Like, there's just a few things I wish there was, like, resources spent into that final boss fight against the SAX or the Omega Metroid or that Omega Metroid X would have been more cathartic than a Kraid monster. You know? So, like, I felt like I was playing, you know, definitely a Super Metroid mod. There's Kraid, it's a Super Metroid mod, so therefore fight the Super Metroid bosses, but the lack of that cathartic engagement with the SAX, giving the amount of love that was and care that was put into designing these other boss fights, just feels like a little bit underwhelming. And like instead of having that crate at the end, I would have just made it the SAX if you wanted to keep the other bosses. Or just like, all right, no Spore Spawn X, and instead the resources can be taken into the SAX. But I do understand, like, all right, we wanted to have a secret boss, and that's super cool. But at the end of the day, it's like the SAX is the main thing of the adventure. And my biggest gripe with Fusion was like, all right, it turns into this amalgamation monster, and it's just jumping left and right, shoot it a couple of times, and it's dead. That for this ROM hack that is like reimagining and doing all these other things, I was like really looking forward to this entire time to like, oh my gosh, if there's this like meta Crocomire boss on top of box and whatever, then what have they cooked for the SAX? They could have cut it Ceres and left the Spirit Booster with Dragon instead. Or yeah, I mean, like I feel like if I were to have been in their shoes, I would have prioritized the SAX getting a remake boss fight if I'm going out on my way to remaking all these boss fights. Because, like, there's so many unique animations and so many unique mechanics and details that I kind of just wish they had one for the SAX. I don't mind so much the lack of the Omega Metroid. But I don't know. I thought like finally justice done to the SAX with a proper boss fight in its monster form. Because there's not even that cathartic. You are having the duel with the SAX like in the original Fusion. The baby Metroid just redoes the mother brain scene, and then you just shoot at it. So like, also that's why the Kraid X Phase 2 was reduced to him getting vaporized around space. Yeah, but if you know, I don't really mind that. It's in all this, but my main thing is like, all right, take away one of the other bosses, give one to the SAX. But I still think it's fun. I still enjoyed it. It's so well detailed. The differences on the music, the challenge of making it work on actual hardware and all that stuff is super commendable and whatever. I just think that the shortcomings that I've mentioned throughout the streams of the playthrough is kind of what keeps it away from me saying like, oh my goodness, like, and all that. So like, I was really excited at the prospect of the spooky section with a weakened Samus and all that, but it just became a gauntlet of trial and errors, and like, there was a lot of sections that I felt that I was playing the game, but my focus wasn't so much on exploration, and the exploration is just optional and stuff like that. So, or so it feels, more so than the original Fusion. So like, I feel like if we've maybe cut one of them for there to be that cathartic duel with the SAX, that it would have been even better. But with that, still, like, I think I really enjoyed what I played. Do I have to reset the game? I'm also assuming that there's different ending screens depending on how fast I beat it. Welcome to the world of armor hacks. Execution is one of the hardest ones. You would only die during attack. Well, I guess I gotta reset this. Hmm. Super.
Cosmo 歴 20x7
How fast you are and how many items you have do nothing. So what, I just start fully powered up? Is that the unique thing about it? Oh yeah, there was an Omega Metroid. Forgot about that. Lol. I'm going autopilot. I'm kind of like, you know, exhausted after that whole gauntlet and then all this other stuff. don't remember if I had to kill the Omega Metroid the first time I played it or not. Oh, you have to kill it, so I'm assuming I did. Did I start like this fully powered up in the original version? Or the normal version that I played? Like, I'm in the fully powered suit. I didn't begin like this in the normal mode, did I? Speed boosters, morph ball bombs, and beat. Okay. There's a counter above Sims. Oh, okay, I see. So you're collecting your power-ups from the data in Core X. Is it from the Metacoons and stuff? Power suit sharks. I guess you get to play the game with a fuck you laser, though. That's fun, at least. That's cool, though. It's like a new way to playing the game. How would I forget the beginning of the game? Well, it was a while back, and a lot happened, and a lot has been going on outside of me playing these games and streaming that I forget. All right, but this is gonna call it a stream. I'm very much. I gotta go take a break, get some lunch, and get back into working on the videos and stuff like that for you guys. But yeah, I mean, I had a lot of fun. I think it's a great mod. There's a lot of things I can think of that might make, like, improve the overall experience without necessarily affecting too much the sort of difficulty or the spirit of the ROM. It's just more like to trying and maybe like just ease it in the sense of just making it seem a little bit more fair, I guess. I don't know if I'm making any sense or balanced. Like, I feel like you can still have hard and, bullshit, but it's balanced. So that way it can just be a little bit more straightforward. I think that probably now with more of it, like, it'll get easier over time, but definitely like that first experience matters a lot. With all that stuff. I'll probably look up what the differences are with the ending and all the other things online if there's like a YouTube video or something, because I am definitely curious to see it, but like maybe not to the point that I'm gonna be replaying this entire game again for a little bit, you know. Maybe I'll wait until there's like a version 1.3 or something that changes it a little bit. If the devs are interested on more feedback, then I'd be happy to supply it, but at the same time I don't want to be like the guy who just shows up, plays the game, and I'm just here to like give feedback or whatever and whatever, because I'm not really just a critic, I'm just like a fan. Hard mode has a new story and the intro is the hardest part. Lol. That's funny. Because like, you know, I think like you can make the game hard, Kaizoe and whatever. Just that like I think that there's a fun vision, and with just a few tweaks here and there, normal mode would have been like that perfect. It's still hard and punishing in Kaizoe, but it doesn't feel so mind-boggling. With a profile picture, I would assume you're kind of an authority in the topic of Metroid. What do you mean my profile picture? The one on the in the channel? That's just, I mean, it's just a Samus portrait. I wouldn't I wouldn't really consider myself an authority of sorts. I'm just another fan of the genre and stuff like that. Willing to offer my 2 cents and whatever. Is this picture in this picture we see Leezer with red pepper eyes is excited to destroy something. Probably Orpheon, who never admits that she's well, that glitched over there. I don't know. Red pepper may increase your physical prowess and probably has a mental side effect. Whammy. Mr. Streamer, can you link your YouTube for new people? Isn't there a link down below? On the purple chat? I believe there's a link if you like look down below there. I think there should be a link of the channel. If not, I could just put one before I leave. Could Leezer actually be considered goth or not? I guess so. Pawn seems to really think that she is, so give it the glams, I guess. So I really appreciate everybody who tuned in. If you're new to me or my channel or you like this, then I would really appreciate if you could just give me a little follow. I'm just a little Metroid guy. I do Metroid videos on YouTube. Here's me plugging my own YouTube channel. We got a free open Discord server where we like to invite people to come over and just chill out and hang out and stuff like that. I cover Metroid lore and gameplay aspects and stuff like that for the games and all this other thing. So, I would really appreciate it if you could just help a little guy out and give me a follow on here, a sub on the other side. It would really mean a lot. Well, if you decide to show up on Meta's group for feedback, I'll see you there. Well, I would, but I don't want to be like, again, I don't want to just show up on their server and just randomly be like, oh, hey, I'm a guy who makes videos on YouTube and I'm here to offer feedback, you know? It's more like I want to know if they're open to feedback for me to go and do that. Because if not, I just rather show up and like chit chat and stuff like that. Oh, thought she had like a straitjacket thing and had to use robot arms for real arms. No, the robot arms are just extra arms that she uses for crafting. There's an entire chat dedicated to feedback. It's 100% fine. Awesome. So yeah, I mean, I'd be willing to give, I guess, feedback. I would have to see if my points weren't already covered by someone else. I'm pretty much assuming that some people might have spoken or mentioned my concerns, but I'll still go ahead and do it and all this other stuff. So, what's in blue? Well, Like I said, if you're new to me, I would really appreciate a follow or a sub. I'm just a guy who really likes Metroid. I stream a lot of Metroid. I play a lot of Metroid. I talk a lot about Metroid lore, and stuff like that. So, I would like to just say that like I had a lot of fun. If there's any other ROM hacks or projects or mods that you would like to see me play, I'd be down to give those a try as well. I'm always here for the Metroid. Um, I also like birds. I'm a big bird guy, bird enthusiast, and all these other things. So there's also down below on the purple website a link to my Discord server, just in case you guys, if you guys were interested in just hanging out with other people and talk about Metroid. That's kind of what it is there for. You don't have to do it. If you were to do think, I would just really appreciate a follow and a sub. It really just helps a lot with like small channels like mine. So I would really appreciate people like Mewtwo and Brain and the rest are there for a while, and we always just want to hang out with more people and do silly things and stuff like that. It's just a chill place for people to hang out more than so. Uh, if you are interested in fun, cool looking Metroid merch, there is a merch store. We have the signs for Metroid characters in the chibis, like the one that I have for my avatar. There is also some like nice drawings that my friend Kuba, who made the chibis, we made for like the that you can see in the thumbnails of the videos as shirts or notebooks or whatever other item that you might have, just to offer something cool Metroid related that just helps another guy out, and whatever. So if you're interested, but like honestly, with just a follow, a sub, and giving the videos a watch, or just tuning in later and some other day, really does all the difference. Like I said in the beginning, I really am very happy that I'm able to talk with you guys and interact, and I just hope I can do it more often and stuff. We're gonna direct reaction tomorrow, maybe. I won't be doing it live as it's going on because I have work to do. And like it's around 7 a.m. my time, and I got work to do at that time. So I can't really do it live. However, my buddy Gabe, who couldn't be today, is gonna watch it. So if there's anything that is like reaction worthy, he'll let me know. I'll still probably stream it around the same time I started the stream today. I'm not watching anything. I'm not going on social media, so you'll still get like my blind, genuine reaction to the direct. I guess it might be fun for you guys who if you're tuning in after the fact and whatever. You can morph ball into a morph ball with 3 morph ball. I'll comment on the stuff you send me about the 14 Eldritch later. Yeah, I just got a lot of stuff to get through. No worries, Brandon. You don't even have to reply. Just left it there for your interest in case you want to go and read more about it. I think you might do better looking up online the lore than me explaining it, because I kind of forgot a little bit. It's been a while since those raids. But yeah, the voice actor for it is the same voice actor as Char Aznavour. But yeah, I'm gonna still do a stream tomorrow. And I will be here at the same time. And once again, thank you so much for tuning in and helping me out with the mod and all that other stuff. There's links down below in case you just want to help a fellow Metroid guy out. I know I'm not the only one, but like I'm just a silly little guy who likes to doodle Metroid and write about Metroid, talk about Metroid, and overthink about the lore and stuff like that. So yeah. I'll still like I said, I probably won't react to anything. I probably won't even look at my phone because I'm just gonna be getting up at like 6 in the morning to get to the place at 7 to then work on meeting with my clients and stuff like that up until the point that I can do the stream. So I am going to be very much excited for tomorrow, but whether there's Metroid or not. But with all that said, I'm gonna go get lunch. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your night. Thank you so much for sticking through with me and for just showing up and all this other stuff. If there's Metroid tomorrow, then like do expect me to maybe play some Metroid and discuss about the lore and more information. If you want a little refresher about things that we know about Metroid Prime 4, there is a video on my channel that's just like 10 minutes of the lore and information that we have regarding what might be going on with Beyond and stuff. I don't know what else to plug aside from my own personal projects, but those are still in development. And what have you. So like, yeah, I really had a lot of fun with this mod. I think it's fantastic. I'll probably just like consider my thoughts on like just now that I actually finished it, take like a day or two of just letting my first impressions simmer before I can write something and offer it as feedback for the devs. Are there videos on the lore of the Dread reports? Not yet. There is videos on Metroid lore. On Metroid Dread lore, there is videos regarding mostly the things that we see in the games and taking into account one or two things about the game, but I can do a video about that later. Most of it is because like I usually like to wait on the game, but I can probably write a script about that. Right now I'm writing a script about the lore and like the in-game history and lore of Metroid Prime 1. I can show you guys a little preview of what we have. Hold on. Let me do that before I go. This also will probably give you a better idea of the type of merch that we have at the store. Now I just gotta find it. Personal drawings. Nintendo Today also sprinkled new lore recently. Oh, really? I don't really use it. I don't really have the Nintendo Today app because I tried it when it came out during the time that there was like Xenoblade Chronicles X, and I logged in on the app, and in my end at least, there was nothing about it. So I don't know if it's like region specific, you know? Okay, while I load it, here's another image that I can, another drawing in the similar style. Projects and documents, PSD, illustrations. Oh wait, here it is. I think, yeah, I found it. Here's the piece that we've made for the video. Well, I forget it's ginormous. We made it big so that if people wanted it, we can like offer it as a print. There we go. So like this is like the for the title card of the video and stuff like that. It's just Samosa with Talon 4 in the background. It's pretty big. It's got some negative space on the top and the bottom just so I can give it a camera parallax event effect. So yeah, there's merch in this similar style for basically all the Metroid games. There's a really cool piece we got of Ravenbeak and the Mockings. And what have you. So like if you guys want to help a guy out, like there's this piece that we made for the 35th anniversary back in the day, you know? It's also in the video that I made for my Metroid on the NES review. And stuff like that. Here's another piece that we made for another future video. And stuff. So if you guys are interested, you can find more designs like this in the merch store. There's like we got shirts on basically every main character that you can get in other designs. There's like Silex, Weevil, Gandrata, Spire, Ridley, the SAX, the Monster SAX. Ravenbeak, Metroid suit, Fusion suit. You know, I fucking love Metroid so much, man. This is one that we made for one of those Metroid Dread videos. Just going more about the lore and like the secrets and stuff like that. Most of these I animate later on, do like just a slight animation for them in the videos. Well, I'm trying to look for the Metroid Dread one. There's one that we have that I have for another video of like the SAX versus Samus and Samus versus Nightmare and all these other stuff. These are made by my buddy Kuba, who I mentioned earlier. Their socials are in the videos, so there's the Emmys and stuff like that. So yeah, like if you're interested on any of these, then like there is the server and all this other stuff. I'm happy to share wallpaper versions of it. I usually save those for the people who show up in the server, and they just kind of like want an extra thing or two to support the channel. It's just like a little bonus of sorts. Here I found it. Let me load it up. Where is this? Where is this? All right, display capture. This is not working. I don't know why OBS doesn't like loading up Photoshop. But I'm working. Give me 2 seconds. There we go. So there it is. Oh, this is one we made for Metroid Dread. It's got all the main characters and stuff like that. There's Padrebeak, the Emmys, and Samosa and the stuff. There's this other one about the mockings and whatever that we put them up. Some of these I've tried to send to Mercury Steam just to show the devs my appreciation and stuff like that for their game. I was hoping that I could go and deliver it in person, but you know, the different plans and stuff like that. And oh, we even have like a Federation Force one, which I guess is now relevant because of Metroid Prime 4 and stuff. Camden. Is that you, Camden? Oh no, that's a different one. I was trying to look for one regarding Metroid Fusion, but there's so many. Oh yeah, here's one. We're big fan. Yeah, Gabe also makes some excellent art. I kind of just don't have a lot of his pieces to show off here, so I'm just showing off at least the ones that are in the merch store. Gabe is helping make some other ones that are more cartoony and stuff like that. But yeah, so with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I'm now gonna go have lunch, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the stream. Have a great day, rest of the day or night, and take care.